Peace. Let us all embrace this sacred and divine mirror that we are to each other. And let us be accountable to what we find of another ourselves. And let us embrace this great power and depth that love is. And let us be present for this great power and depth that love is, to such a degree that we find it impossible, or in the very least we hold ourselves accountable to the times whenever we find another to be so terrible or horrible that we will not be a victim to it, but that we'll find further reason within our own being. The beauty and truth come to be from this, from what we find in others, from what we find in ourselves, that we embrace it is a learning, that we embrace each other in this way, that we do not turn away, that we do not condemn, that we do not create within our own being a prison that a judgment of another is, but that we further allow this freedom in this developmental process, this nature that is unfolding and occurring. Let us have further presence and allowance for it in embracing each other. Through our disagreements, through the wrongs that are done, let us have this wisdom of forgiveness. And it is beautiful and it is blessed in this way that as you come into your learning of your own being, as you further attain this nature, this developmental process that the self is, as you walk along this path, you will find reason, you will find purpose that no other is to blame for anything that you are, but that all things are shaped in this way, that you will be presented entirely what is required for you to continue down this path. And let us embrace each other in this, that you are a learning to me, that I am a learning to you, that there does not need to be a perfect way for you to appear before me, or for me to appear before you, or any conduct need be done. No other must submit their will to you, but that you yourself have a will of your own to further determine your nature and develop this way that you are, this way that I am. The beauty and truth are always occurring, that the nature of things is a goodness, that you embrace this, that there's a learning occurring, that there must be difficulty, that there must be disagreement for you to further shape yourself, for this nature within you to further learn of itself and decide that the way of things must be beauty, it must be true, and that you are free, and that all others are free, and that you bless them in this allowance that they are free to make mistakes, to falter, to fail, to fall down, to get back up again and walk further down this path. And perhaps even they will decide not to. And you have to further allow, we have to together further allow that others are allowed their chains if they choose them. For truly, you cannot do for another what you can do for yourself. You can free yourself from these chains. And whenever you do so, in the nature of all things, the interconnectedness of all things, the nature and favor of goodness and love, our interconnectedness, the higher truth that we are one together, you break your chains, all others are weakened. So let us be free, and let us be humble, and let us embrace and face this sacred mirror. And let us see our eyes in it. Let us see our own heart in it. Let us meet these things, in the difficulties, in the disagreements, in the conflict. Let further truth arise from this, that you have a knowledge, that you have an awareness of your own being, and that you inhabit this space. Not that you act so unconsciously that another will be an abuse upon you, and that you will claim yourself. to be a victim and to be innocent, but that you truly are this innocent from what you have found within yourself, from the division that you have awoken to within yourself, that you have made a union of it, from the wrongdoing that you have awakened to within yourself, that you would know forgiveness, that you would grant this allowance, these chains that are broken, that this love would occur. And it is beautiful and it is true. And as you walk down this path, as you further awaken in this nature, further awaken and be embodied in the unique way that you are, this will arise as apparent. It will arise as true before you that love is always what is occurring. Whether you have eyes to see it or a heart to feel it, love is always what is occurring. So in all rights, in all wrongs, in all disagreements, in all the division that we will find in front of ourselves as we meet each other, in all of the reason that we have to disagree, let us be humble and invite this presence of love to create this union and maintain of yourself a sacredness and a sovereignty that you are who chooses this, that no other can choose it for you, and that you cannot choose it for another, but further your own nature, your own way, entirely true within you, that you further this, and that through this embodied nature, the nature of all things is blessed, is further awake. All chains are weakened, and all things further become in this way. And so let us be humble to it, and let us embrace it, this mirror that we are to each other. And let us be grateful for the parts of ourself that we meet in another, the discrepancies, the contradictions that are our own, that are presented to us in others. Let us embrace that sacred and divine task, that sacred and divine work, that labor, and what is created from this labor, that you would embrace further your own nature, that you would make free will decisions, that you will be right, that you will be true, that you will be good in a way that is true, not just in how you appear, but in what lives within you. And let us be humble and awake to this, that this is always being granted to you, that there is a nature, that there is a way of things that is working through your being, that seeks to grant you this, that you are aware to this love, that you are aware to yourself, and that you do not shy away from it in all of the change, in the transformation that it demands in this nature, that you are not finding yourself in such a way to be so disturbed by this, but that you are a willing participant in this transformative process of your own being. And that you allow it to occur. And that beyond your own vision of what you see in another, of what you see in yourself, let us allow this faith. Let us have shelter within this faith, acceptance of this unfolding. And let us have peace within ourselves, that we are undisturbed by another, that we may be present for ourselves through any disturbance that is external to us, that in any storm, you are a harmony, you are a love, you are a truth, that all things further are touched by this and become in this way that you are. That you do not give yourself away to the storm, but that the storm becomes peace and harmony as you are. in all things in this way, all things that you are, and all things that I am. They cannot escape this developmental process. It would not be a love upon you if you were to do so, if you had a capability to do so, but you will be allowed a free will decision in which to choose of yourself what will you become, and how long and how arduous will this journey be. And perhaps it will be better for you if it is long, and if it is hard, if it is difficult, that you become such a thing that can carry the weight of freedom and not be a destruction upon yourself and all others. And let us be such a thing that these things live within us, and that you are grateful for the inevitability that you will awaken to this love, truth that you are, that I am, and a mirror that we are to each other. Consider what that may mean, that you are a mirror to others. What will you reflect back to them? Will you be a condemnation? Will you be a judgment that they are so wicked and that they are so horrible? What would they say of you? Or instead, the mirror that you are to others. What you believe of them, what you believe of yourself, the mirror that you are to others. What will they see in you that lives within them? Perhaps you may grant them in this way that you have it within yourself. Humility and grace, gratitude for them as you are. And here they are appeared before you. You are, and you are a witness to another. What can this mean but that they are a part of you? And so what will they see reflected back to them? Allow it to be acceptance. Allow it to be forgiveness. Allow it to be freedom. Allow it to be strength. That you carry this weight. That you are capable in it. That you are responsible and accountable to your own wrongs, to your own contradictions, and that you have made harmony and peace of them. And that they see this reflection because it lives within them as well. And all things in this way, as I have said before and I'll say so many times, all things in this way serve this purpose of love. This life that you are is love. That you have breath in your lungs. That your heart is pumping blood through the river of your veins. That you have words in which to speak. That you have eyes in which to see in a world and others in which to witness, in a mirror of them. A reflection in which to meet yourself serves this higher purpose, this higher nature, this developmental process that is occurring within you, within me, in all things. That you will arrive to this destined place of being, here, now, love, truth, the one that you are, the one that I am. And let us become in this way. Beautiful love and truth. Glory, grace, strength, thanks. Grateful God that you are courage, strength, protection. With you. Peace.